Hello, and thank you for watching Acorn Life Masters YouTube channel. We're so glad to have you here today. Today is January the 22nd, 2021, and it's really, if you, it's like kind of like, wow, it's like already the month is almost gone, and that seems so weird to me, right? Um, but anyways, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching, and today I was listening to um, Rascal Radio, and it was Lori and Warren Woodward. And the title of the actual broadcast I was listening to, the podcast was called I Didn't Believe It. And it made me just start thinking about how many times I've um, said I was going to do something or just really wanted, I had this goal, I had something I set in mind for myself, but maybe didn't 100% believe I could do it, right? And it got to me thinking, because right now, every year, I reread the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And one of the things that Napoleon Hill talks about is like one of my quotes that I like. It says, first comes thought, then organization of that thought into ideals and plans, then transformation of those plans into reality. The beginning, as you will observe, is in your imagination. And that got me to thinking, because that's like his fifth principle in the book is imagination. And so much of what we do, I mean, belief is another one of the principles, and it's based on your desire and your belief in it. But the belief and the desire and the imagination, all those go hand in hand. And it got me thinking and remembering when I was a kid, and I'm sure hopefully you guys have these same kind of things that when you were a kid, excuse me, guys, how you just let your imagination run wild, right? You thought of all these things that you were going to be. Or you'd go out, and for those of you who are like, baby boomers or from that age, maybe a little bit younger than that, we were allowed to go out and we'd leave the house after the morning, after we did our chores or whatever we needed to do, and we'd be gone all day, and we'd be riding our bikes or playing or whatever, and we'd be out in our own world, right? Creating our own whatever. We build forts, we build, you know, whatever. If whatever our imagination let us do. I remember for me, I used to go up and go fly kites, and I would imagine myself being up on that kite and seeing everything from that. Or I'd climb to the very top of the tree as high as I could get, where the wind would blow and you'd move with the branches, right? Just so I could see everything and be able to and just think about what if. Or when we would travel as kids, my grandfather would work in one place and we'd travel to other places because he was a district attorney. So when he had cases, a lot of times in the summertime, our vacations would be wherever his major case was at. So we ended up going to Galveston, to San Antonio, because, we lived up in North Texas. And I could imagine while we were driving how things were before, right? Before all the modern technology, and how I always loved nature. I love being out in it, but just imagine how things were and just the beauty and everything. And I would imagine how the things I wanted to do when I grew up, when I became an adult, and nobody could tell me what to do, right? When we're kids, we have such a innocent, naive perspective on some things. But I had all these things, and it never occurred to me that I couldn't be or couldn't do any of those things. And then as you become older and you become adults and people tell you things and you believe them, you believe that you're not good enough to do this, or you're not strong enough or smart enough or whatever the enough is, right? And so you can't do. And that creates a lot of our beliefs, and our beliefs determine so much. I'm a theta healer, and I tell people that when I'm working with clients stuff, that our beliefs determine our thoughts, and our thoughts determine our actions. And when we don't believe in something, it becomes really hard for us to move past those beliefs until we change those. Imagination is one of those things that can help give you the fuel to keep your belief going, right? And I know, like for me, one of the things I love is my mastermind. And because when I get stuck or when I may not have the confidence or the total 100% buy in belief in what I can do or my ability to do something, my mastermind is there, right? And they're giving me other ideas or suggestions, and they're there to support me. And they're helping me with, well, let's check this and let's adjust it. How can you do this differently? Or what can you do differently? And so that's an extra boost to my own belief system. And that's one thing that I love about being part of Acre and Life Mastery is a mastermind that I'm a participant in, and also the ones I lead because I have the same ability to help see other people grow as well, being a leader and being in a participant in a mastermind, both sides of that coin. And that's so great because you see the personal development that happens, you see the success that happens, you see the struggles. And a lot of times the struggles, we self-inflict them, right? We get caught up in what we can't do, or real life gets in the way and it brings us down somewhere. We start doubting ourselves. And being able to kind of rekindle that imagination, rekindle that belief, and look at things from a different perspective really helps. And that's what I really love about being part of Acre Life Mastery is we have that ability, um, and the ability to stretch ourselves and to really step out on faith. So if you're looking for that in your life, if you're looking for some direction or some support, a team that's going to be there, like I was talking to my friend, the president of the Acorn today, and he mentioned that a mastermind is kind of like your board of directors. And if you're a entrepreneur, solopreneur is what he said, and you're not in a mastermind, then you're missing out of that because we all need that board of directors. And if you've ever read Think and Grow Rich, he talks about his mastermind and how that was, and all the people who were successful had a mastermind group, right? They had people that they could go to and they could share ideals with. But it's more than just sharing ideals. It's about being able to get someone else's perspective on what you're looking at, because a lot of times they have a different um, take on that, and sometimes they look at things the way we may not because sometimes we're too close to it. So I would highly encourage you that if you're not in the mastermind, that you check it out. Check out our free community. I'll be putting a link in there for you, um, and you can check that out. Because here at Acorn Life Mastery, we leverage accountability masterminds to help develop future leaders with vision. And we also specialize in passive residual income through mining and trading cryptocurrency. So if you're interested in any of those things, plus there's so many others, just check us out. Join our free community. See what we have to offer. Again, if you haven't liked our YouTube channel, please like it, subscribe, hit the little notification button so that when we go live, you'll get a notification. And if you think that this could be something that someone else may share, be interested in, please share it with them. And the other great thing is that we're open to everyone who wants to have that. If you have a vision or you don't have a vision and you're looking for, trying to figure out what that is for you or what your purpose is, we'd love to chat with you. Again, thank you for checking in. This is Pamela with Acorn Life Mastery, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Have a great